Good morning, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Sorry, my camera's off for a minute. This won't be a super long one, but I gotta get some shit off my chest. Hold on. It's wonderful that my sinuses are clearing. I should probably share this on my other page, but oh well. Oh well, we'll give it a minute. Hey, Miss Leah. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you guys had a great night last night. Sorry, I'm looking up for a minute. Gotta fill in these brows. Hey, Queen Bella. Hey, Mama the Gladiator. Hey, SoFlo. Hey, Perry. Yes, it's November 1st. Oh, that reminds me. It's my bestie's birthday. I gotta message her. Good to message her because I will forget. Thankfully, Kenzie has it in her calendar, so she would have reminded me later, but give me 1 second. I'm going to let it fill up a little bit because I'm going to say this once. Good morning, Perry. Good morning, Marcy. Hi, Heartland honey. I hope you all had a great night. Anybody hungover from candy? Anybody have a sugar rush from stealing their kids' candy? Give me a moment while I finish this brow. I've got a busy day today, so this week has just been crazy here. I'll be glad when it's over. But we're going to talk about some stuff very quick. Because I can be a bitch at times, but unfortunately, this bitch still has a heart. So, give me 1 second. Let me finish this brow. And we'll be done. My whole morning routine takes like 10 minutes. And that's it. Okay. That's good enough for today. That's good enough for today. All right. Hey, Rockabit. Hey, just a YouTuber. Okay. All the drama lovers in here in the bushes hanging out. Because I'm going to say this one time and one time only. We're going to have this discussion once and once for all. Because, hey, Hope, Psycho. Good morning. Okay. That's enough of this facial stuff. Oh, that's amazing, though. Hey. When they don't come, because then you get all the leftover candy. All right, we're just going to be very casual. Okay, so most of you are aware that Vada got doxxed by Katie Joy over the weekend. It all started happening on Instagram. For those of you that are not aware, that took place on Instagram. There's a few things here. First of all, I need to say, like, there's a big part of me that no, I don't give a shit. I don't. And the reason I'm opening with that is because I'm not expecting you guys to give a shit either or feel some sort of way. You're entitled to your feelings on this situation, but please hear me out. Please understand where I'm coming from in this situation, and please refer back to some of the things that we've dealt with in the past, such as Michelle. I see a very dangerous situation on the horizon. I don't mess with any of those groups on the pro KJ side or on the anti side. I cannot even understand or fathom how people's hate has driven them for 5 years. And I'm not talking just one person, it is multiple. Their hate guides them from every perspective. And the biggest thing for me is I expected to see people reaching out in support of Vada because they're her friends, right? Like people that would have her best interest at heart. But instead of seeing that, I'm seeing all of the people that she claims are her friends helping her double down, triple down on lies. Now, for somebody that claims to have such a computer science background and know so much about computers. That I'm addressing you specifically here. You're really naive and ignorant and borderline. It worries me. It actually really worries me because it takes a whole 2 minutes to verify this information. It takes a whole 2 minutes to realize that your face is all over the internet, tagged in photos you probably don't even know are out there. I have no intent of going real life on her or dropping the photos of comparison. But the continual lies, and she is being egged on by the people she calls friends to continue these lies because they are just guided by their hatred and they don't give a shit about the reality of what they're walking her into. She came out the other night swinging hard, going after freaking Katie and Katie's story that she told about her own personal information. Vada, you're an evil person, and I will never forget that, and I will never not say that. However, I don't even think you would stoop that low. The low that you stooped to after sharing your private, intimate stories yourself was a low that I'd never expected out of you. You said last night in your video that you don't even have a problem with Katie. You don't have an issue with Katie, then whose fight are you fighting? Because it's obviously not yours. And you're walking into a complete and utter train wreck. Because again, I'm going to say it again. It is 5 minutes to vet. Anybody that has any type of little bit of common sense can vet that information is you and pull a 500 photos that prove that you didn't have pink hair for 10 years. I don't care about your background. I don't care about what you've done in your past. People change. I don't give a shit. What I care about is the current situation. And I shouldn't even care about the fact that you're getting drug all over and this is going to open up Pandora's box. But my problem is you're not able to handle this, in my opinion. You're not going to be able to handle the backlash because the moment that they start doing what you've done, you and your friends done to you to debunk every lie that you've told, which has been extensive, but I can do it with my eyes closed in 2 minutes with factual proof. I won't, but I could. I'm not a low down snake like that. But they don't give a fuck about you, Vada. They are using you as their last hurrah to try and take Katie down. That's all they care about. They don't care about you. They don't care about the fact that you are going to walk into the same situation as Nat, the same situation as Erica. Oh, look, Erica got an RO2. And then guess what? You all did live saying how crazy she was, but they were singing her praises at one point in time too. How are you going to handle with the backlash when they turn on you? How? Because the sad thing about it is I see a very immature young lady who's been through a lot of hell in her life, who is seeking acceptance. You don't have to try that hard to find your people, Vada. Really, you do not. And we've seen how you deal with lies. We've seen how when you got called out for the art stuff, you went crazy and attempted to dox Bert Toast. But now you can't understand how it's coming back and you're doubling and tripling down into situations that I could blow huge assholes in. I'm not the only one, and it's happening. These people will contact your family, which I've heard that the antis love to do. Well, shocker. I'm not shocked by that. If you ever hear, you hate me so bad, it is so irrational. I have never done a single thing to you. You were not even a part of the story with Marvon and any of those guys. And I'm not even going to go there. But your absolute obsessive, compulsive issues and your hatred is not directed at the right people. You should be concerned about your family. Take it from somebody who's been in your shoes with the crew that you are associated with until they're done with you. When they're done with you, guess who's going to be the ones that are picking apart your story and pulling all the holes? They will. All because of their hatred of Katie, which you said you don't even have. You don't have this hatred. So why are you dying on this sword when you don't even have that hatred? You're seeking a group of people to accept you. You cannot handle, and I'm going to say this blatantly, you cannot handle the blowback from what's going to happen. And you're actively walking yourself into it. This is my final cry out to you to please wake the fuck up. Get in front of this. Be honest with yourself for once. Redeem yourself, because these people aren't your friends and they're not going to be there in the end of this. Their goal is to take Katie down at any cost. And you're going to be the one that is paying the price. You have done a lot, said a lot, and these people have cheered you on. These people, if they had any type of brain or common sense, would absolutely tell you, stop, stop, you're lying. It's easy to prove these lies. I have seen live after live of them doubling and tripling down. That's not you. Bullshit, it's not. I've got side-by-sides of her that I can prove for fucking years. Because I told you once, I will never put it out here. But if you continue to mess with me the way you have, I will absolutely know everything about you. And I do. But it's not my place. And I don't have hatred like you do. I don't want you to experience the things that I've experienced. I don't want you to experience the things that my kids have experienced. Your family to experience that. And Vada, you know what I'm talking about there. If you give a shit about anybody in your life, and you don't really have this hatred for Katie that you're claiming, get in front of this. I'm not saying you have to dox yourself out. I'm just saying protect your ass, because you're going to be the next one to be on the chopping block. They don't care about you. These people out here in the comment section, egging it on, all of the lies. I have never seen people lie to the extent that they lie, ever. And it's easy. And they cheer it on like, rah, rah, rah. She ain't going to get anywhere. You really think she's going to get somewhere? Her mental health can't handle it. And I'll be the first to say that. That's my opinion. She can't handle being called out and criticized on things that she absolutely has said and done numerous times. I haven't even corrected her on thousands of lies she's told on me, because it's not worth the mental energy for me, and she can't handle the truth. That's the concern I have. Absolutely, she has hope. She absolutely is. And it's disgusting to watch. And she's not the first, and she won't be the last. I have never seen people in their late 40s and 50s be so guided by hate. I don't have hate in my heart for Vada. I can't stand her. I'll be truthful about that. I cannot stand her. But the empathy that I have in my heart, this kept me up last night. This kept me up last night because I watched her in her live spin so many lies and talk some horrible stuff about people's private stories after she just shared a private story of hers that's got major holes. You think they don't know that? You think they're not aware of who you really are and all of the shit that goes on? They're using you. Flat out. Yeah, absolutely, Deep Blue. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they walked her into that. She wasn't around for any of that. Neither was I. I would never have. That's disgusting. Like, and I will be 100 transparent right here. It was hard for me to sit on my hands and not say a whole lot of shit when Vada came out with all the lies. It has been so fucking hard. And I shouldn't have to either. I should have been defending myself, but I didn't, because other people's lives are involved in this. Because she can't handle the truth. She can't handle a little criticism or being corrected on her misinformation that she continually spreads. She's on a hate campaign for people that she thinks are her friends. They're not. It's so bad. She can't handle it. And I'm asking all of you, I don't expect you to go support her, because I will never support her. You know that blatantly. She will never be welcome around me. She has done way too much to me and my family, and I will never forgive that. Absolutely. But please do not encourage the continual hatred, because she can't handle it. In my opinion, she's in a worse space than Michelle was. They pick these people intentionally. Look at it. Nat, Erica, Vada, all of them. They all have very similar movements. And unfortunately, they all are self-admittedly unstable. That's the type of people they go for. Deep Blue, I get that. I just couldn't sit with it anymore. And yeah, the petty part of me is enjoying watching her spin her circles. But the real part of me, the human being part of me, doesn't want done to her what I've had done to me. All because of some whack jobs wanted to prove that I was Katie Joy. And again, doxing is bullshit. I agree with it. But you can't come out here and attempt to dox people, threaten people, do all the things that you've been doing, claiming that we set up people, framed people, and not get a response. You're insane to think that you weren't going to get a response. Brenda, it's hard. It's really hard. But the part of me that breaks, it's because I see a broken little girl. I see a little girl that is crying out for help, that is wanting so badly to be accepted by anybody at all. And that makes me hurt for her. Again, that ship has sailed. There will never be Becky being nice, caring for her. No, that ship has sailed. Thank you, Deep Blue. I, however, do not watch or like watching people walk people like this into situations like this. They know they're unstable. They use these people intentionally. I've never seen a grown ass man. Steve, I'm talking to you, you fucking creep. I told you no meant no. Stop contacting me months ago. And now I see you over here saying, I've told this person not to contact. Shut the fuck up. You are an old fucking creepy ass dude who doesn't give two shits about all these women that you're hurting. You don't give a shit. All you want to do is take Katie down because she burnt your fucking ego. You're a whack job. You heard me? You're a fucking whack job. And you using these young, influential women to do your fucking dirty work and do your bidding is the lowest of low. You're scum of the earth. Do you hear me, Steve? You're scum. Complete and utter scum. To be using people like that and claiming that she's not lying when everybody with a fucking brain can figure out she's lying. She's on every goddamn social media platform with pictures that show that that's her. You scumbag. And to see that they're falling into this whole thing of, she said it last night, I don't even hate her. I don't dislike her. Then what are you doing? It's not your fight. You know how many fights I have gotten into because they're not my fights? You. I had nothing to do with you. I blocked you. Wanted nothing to do with you. You weren't a part of anything. You're still not a part of anything. Besides they set somebody up and framed somebody. That'll never happen. And nobody's done that to you. But they're gonna start confronting your lies. And that's a scary spot because you're not going to be able to handle that backlash. And at the end of the day, your mental peace should be more important to you than approval from some fucking whack jobs on the internet. Your family should be more important to you. You hear me, Vada? Your family should be more important to you, Vada. Stop lying. Get in front of this shit. Stop it. You can rally back from this shit. We've seen it done. We've seen that girl do some really low down stuff and she rallied back. It's not impossible. But until you get honest with yourself and really start figuring out that you're not ahead of this game, these people don't give a shit about you. And they're so disgusting that they're willing to sit here and cheer you on because guess what? They have had no success because they have nothing. They have petty fucking drama over the internet. At the end of the day, what is this worth? What is it worth to you? Because if you keep pushing, they're going to push back. That's what I found out the hard way. The more I pushed, the more I talked about it out front, the more I let you guys know what was going on, the more they would cheer. They relish in people being fucked up. They relish in getting off on this shit. They enjoy every bit of it. All because their hatred of one fucking person. Who I frankly can't stand either. You can think I'm wrong all you want. You can fire up the lives and cuss me out. You won't get a reaction. You're all pieces of shit. You're all pieces of shit to do this to a girl, a young girl in her early 30s. You're a piece of shit to walk her into these spots because of your obsessive hatred for somebody else. It is disgusting. And again, let me say this clearly. I don't like Vada. I will never mess with Vada. I will never be around people that condone that type of shit. But here's the difference. My friends out here actually give a fuck about you. They give a fuck about me. They give a fuck about me. And any time that I was to say, listen, I'm going to say this, do this, if it was something that would have continued, no, they would, trust me, they lay it on me because that's what friends do. These aren't your friends, Vada. These are people who are using you for content and for their hate campaign against Katie. Whether it's right, wrong, indifferent, I don't care. You have done and said some horrible things to her too. But after you opened up and told your story, to come back and say the things that you did the other night and do the things that you did, but then last night you're saying that you don't even have a problem with her, could have fooled me. Could have fooled me. And you cannot handle people poking lies in your story. You can't. That's why I won't do it. That's why I've never engaged with you, because you can't handle the back and forth. I would absolutely cause mental anguish, and I will never do that. I won't. So you lucked out with me. You lucked out because I will not go back and forth with you. I won't entertain your bullshit because it's not even your bullshit, is it, Vada? At the end of the day, this isn't about you, Vada. This is about their hatred for a person that you happen to want to fit into a group over. Is that really the group you want to fit into? Really? Yeah, Perry. Hey, good morning, y'all. I'm on a tangent this morning, but this shit pisses me off. Yep. Yep, Miss Leah, 100%. The people that are actually concerned about you will tell you when you're wrong. They will stand up and say, enough's enough. Now, I don't think you should have to dox yourself, but it's out there. Your friends have already, half of your friends have confirmed it's you. Half of them are doubling down saying it's not. So first of all, you should probably all get on the same page and go with one story. That's my first suggestion. But secondly, Vada, the biggest thing, you say you don't have anything to hide, then be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and everybody else, because the further this gets, it's going to get worse. And trust me, I've been on the receiving end of your guys' bullshit for a fucking year because you thought I was Katie Joy, because you guys are a bunch of ignorant fools. If you ever hear anything I've said to you, this is the time to listen, because you cannot handle the backlash that's going to come. Do you deserve to be exposed? That's up for anybody to decide on their own. I can't decide that. I won't do it because you're not stable enough to handle the criticism, because I would blow huge major holes in situations. Yeah. Hope, it's really sad. It's really sad. And I don't even like Katie, but it's still not okay. Like, she's done things too that I will never condone, but she did not solely set this whole Marvon thing up. And that is their hill that they're willing to die on. However, legally in a court, it's just never going to play out to that. So they're fighting a battle that's never going to be won on that. And using Vada to fight this, they are setting her up for failure, complete failure. Oh, Helen, it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. It's a lot. The things I've heard out of her mouth recently, and the lies that have been told to cover up other lies, to cover up other lies, and the threats and the shakiness in her voice. She knows she's lying. So does everybody else. I mean, but they don't care. They don't care. They're like, yeah, go her. She's the next victim. Guess who walked her into being the victim? Her friends. She did a live the other night, Helen, calling out Katie, claiming that our report was false, and said some extremely disgusting things after Katie doxed her. I get she's angry, but that was the worst thing you could have ever done, because she had just opened up and told her story. And people know she's lying about her identity and all of the things, and they keep coming up with the most insane lies to cover stuff. And it's getting worse. It's amping up. Shit's going to get worse. It's never going to turn out well. It's not. It's just not. It's not going to be a good situation for any of them. And all for a couple people who can't get over their fucking hatred of one person. Blake Screen, there's probably no reason to be with her. You know that as well as I do. But I also see the bigger picture here, and the people that are around her are absolutely willing to continue to push her into these lies. She doesn't have a battle with any of these people. She's never had like the back and forth that she wanted with me was never about me. It was because Steve and EKC got slapped in the face when they couldn't prove I was fucking Katie. And that was a huge slap to them. Then Molly and those guys doxed me. I didn't have anything to hide. And that was a slap in the face. So she's been fighting battles for other people the entire time. She doesn't even have a past with any of these people. None of them. So even though she is very unreasonable, I know what they're walking her into. I know a lot more than I want to know. And at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to go through some of the shit that I've been through. And you guys don't know even a quarter of it because they get off on that. They get off on the excitement of watching people go through hell, and especially kids, if you get what I'm saying here. They love to watch people suffer. They love to watch people get upset. They love the insanity. All because of their hatred of one fucking person. It's really disturbing.
They got their Christmas out.
Ew, that looks disgusting.
Green apple soft top with
huge can of worms. And blank screen, you know how hard it is for me. Like this is hard for me. This is really hard for me because all the lies she's told on me have been extensive and egregious. She tried to dox Burnt Toast over getting called out about lying about art. If you can't handle the backlash of getting called out about stupid lies like that, you think she's going to be able to handle when they actually touch her real life? Because again, it takes 2 minutes to vet that information is true. I'm not saying she deserves a pass for anything she's done to anybody because she has done horrible shit to a lot of us. Me, probably one of the worst.
Mom.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why. I couldn't even put the card in. Like,
Marcy, that whole shit is, their lies that they have still concocted in their heads are irrational. They're not logical. These people are not stable, in my opinion. But the sad part about it is whether you do me wrong over and over again, I still don't want the same to come to you. Whether you fuck with me and you might deserve it. She might deserve every little bit of what she's going to get. She might. But it still doesn't mean that I'm okay with watching people who claim they're her friends continually walk her right into the spot. Look what they did with Erica. For those of you that don't remember, do you remember the whole RO thing that they were bragging about Erica having? And then the next thing you know, when Erica was not needed anymore and they could prove that we were all telling the truth, they got rid of her. And now there's a playlist on channels about crazy Erica. Nah, get the hell out of here. We all tried warning you. And they just continue to do this. They moved from Erica to Vada. Hey, Becca. KB, there is no accountability from that crew. None. None. Absolutely zero. I have never seen a grown man do this. I don't care about him, don't know shit about him, thankfully, want nothing to do with him, but I have never seen such a spineless ass fucking man in my world. Ever. Spineless crybaby fucking whiny asshole. Like, he was the one pushing Erica and Erica's lies. He was pushing that out here because he is going to continue to use people around his hate for Katie. That's a personal issue. I can't imagine being at that age and doing the things he does over hatred for one person. Absolutely, Helen. They actively know. They 100% know that she's lying. They know that they're helping her cover lies. The whole like, haha, look at the hair color, look at the eye color. First of all, contacts are a real thing. Secondly, yeah, I'm just going to shut up because, again, it's easy to prove within 5 minutes on any platform you want. any fucking platform that she is who was doxxed. And the reason I say that is because she needs to understand the seriousness of how easy this is for somebody with these great computer skills. She obviously fell asleep during that part. This shit sucks. It's really hard. It's hard for me because there's a part of me that would like to expose every fucking lie she's told because they have affected my life. They've affected me. They've affected relationships around me because of her insanity and the ability to lie like no other. I have never seen somebody so comfortable lying to everybody as I have with her, ever, except the rest of that crew. Now, this isn't all about all of the antis because I know there's different segments of the antis. Whatever. There's levels of it. But this is the, in my opinion, the worst of them. The scum of the scum of them. And it's headed by a fucking man in his 50s who claims to be this intelligent scholar who is so directed by hate for one person because she bruised his ego. I bruised his ego by telling him no, I never wanted to communicate with him, and he went on a rampage and crybaby bitch like I've never seen anybody do. This man is a spineless coward who can't fight his own fucking battles. Everybody can, Helen. Yep, absolutely. The thing is if you don't have nothing to hide, and she knew coming into this arena because she's tried to use it against all of us. Bama. Exactly. Exactly. They make her look like a saint when they do stuff like this, to be honest. They're counterproductive. That's the whole thing I've said all along is it's counterproductive to their mission to get Katie off the internet because fabricating lies about things and doing the extent of things like this and trying to use people that are unstable mentally, in my opinion, to do these things are just never going to turn out. There's a piece of me that Vada resembles a family member of mine. That's a hard place for me because I pity her. And when I pity somebody, it's I don't like it. It makes me feel uncomfortable because she's a grown-ass woman. I shouldn't pity a fucking thing about her, especially after what she's done. She threatened to she'll deny it again. There is nobody else besides that group of people that was going after my kids as hard as they were. They threatened to put my children on the dark web. Do you understand the level of insanity this group has and carries? It's actually really scary. It's more than habitual. Anyways, I just wasted 33 minutes of everybody's time. Oh, absolutely. Blank screen, 100% agree with you. That's why this is so fucking hard for me. This is hard because I see what they're doing here. And she'll just be the next one that they blame all this stuff on. She's going to take the fall for all of it. They've been setting her up to take the fall for it for months. I've seen it coming from a mile away. Most of us have. We knew that this day would come. We knew that it's just a shitty thing. And she's done terrible things, horrible things, unforgivable things. I will never forgive that bitch or welcome her anywhere around me. You guarantee that. What's done is done. That ship sailed. But I'm still a human being to know that that creepy fuck behind the scenes using all these women is walking her right into a position she can't get out of. Because there's proof among proof among proof. And if they haven't vetted it themselves, then they're fucking idiots. All of her mods out there singing all of this, bullshit. Oh, it's just gross. The comments are gross. Cheering her on like she's got some leg to stand on. No, you don't. No, you don't. You have nothing to stand on. You've had so many police reports filed on you. You don't have a leg to fucking stand on because of all the shit you've been actively in part of. But I also don't think it's fair that one person that's unstable as is, that they targeted because of the instability to use to do their stupid shit, Molly included, is going to take the wrath of all of it because she can't handle it. She can't even handle being in a comment section with me. She blacks the fuck out. She can't handle being corrected on her misinformation. She blacks the fuck out. You think she's going to be able to handle if I came out here and fucking threw her live up here and went through and showed you proof of all of her lies? Should I do what she's done to me? Even though she just concocted lies, she couldn't handle it. And I know that. Anyways, that's all I got to say. What comes of it, comes of it. But Vada, at this point in time, you're knowingly walking yourself and your family into a huge shit show. What you said the other night to Katie about Katie's situation was probably some of the most vile, disturbing, disgusting things I've ever heard somebody say. And then to come out here and share it, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Not cool. Oh, Becca, she got doxxed. So let me start back. Over the weekend, she got doxxed by Katie Joy. Obviously, something's been going on with Katie Joy and her. Katie had enough, put her on blast. She has came back with her cronies and doubled and tripled down in her lies. Katie posted a mugshot. She's claiming it's not her. The fucking weird lip thing is even her. I mean, it's just stupid. No eyebrows is a family trait. Like, I got the same shit going on, honey. I'm blonde. I get it. Like, the things that they're doubling down and saying, oh, that's not her. She, she didn't have this. It's the stupidest shit, but they're so willing to use somebody else for their hatred of Katie, all over their hatred of Katie. Oh, absolutely blank screen. You know that. What lawsuit, KB? There will never be a lawsuit. What are they going to do? Take Katie to court for having enough and saying her name that she's claiming isn't even her? What are you going to sue her for? You're claiming it's not you. So what are you going to sue her for? Doxing the wrong person? Make it make sense, people. It doesn't make sense. Absolutely, Charla. Charla knows. Fucking, oh dear. Yep. Helen, absolutely she did. And I don't agree with it still. I would have done it myself if I wanted it done. Trust me, it was hard not to. Yeah, absolutely, Stitching. 100% agree. And that's the thing that pisses me off. I can't even imagine if I if I was single and that was the last man on the fucking planet, I'd be celibate the rest of my goddamn life. There is no, that guy is one of the grimiest, and his movements, not even just looks. The looks just add to it, but I can't stand him. There is just something about him. Yep. What are they going to sue her over? They're claiming she doxed the wrong person, which is the right person. I mean, again, it's scary. Oh my God, blank screen. Can you imagine acting like that as a male? Can you imagine being that obsessed with a female that bruised your ego years ago? I mean, as a dude, am I wrong for that? Like, I feel that women hold on to hate and anger a little bit more, usually resentment a little bit more than men. Men are like, fuck, whatever, another crazy bitch kind of thing. That's what I usually see out of men. And I'm not saying that his ego obviously was bruised. Absolutely. Helen, I don't either. That's the petty part of me. But I also don't want somebody to, she's not stable. I don't know how many times I can go listen to her last live that she did on Janella Easton. Listen to the words she's saying. Listen to the lies she's telling. You can tell her voice is shaking. She gets so riled up because she knows she's lying, and she knows that she is continuing to walk into these lies further and further. Right? Right? Hope, right. There's not enough time in the day to even tell you my thought process. And my thought process is all over the place because I should be the last one that has pity for her. I should be the last one trying to reason with the unreasonable. Right? You would think, Nikki, you would think. But it's all guided out of hatred by a couple random people. And that's the crazy part, is how unhinged is this going to get? We are going to actively watch them walk somebody into taking their lives. That's my biggest fear. A lot of that crew was around the Michelle stuff, and look what they did. Completely disregarded everything about it. And I'm not saying she was in the right either, because I stayed away from that from all sides because I saw it. Same thing with this. That's why I won't continue to engage. This is why this is a one. And for me, like, no, because she can't handle being called out and corrected for the misinformation and the lies she told. That's why I've never engaged with her. That's why all of this bullshit for months and months, I never had a back and forth with her. Her complete, what do you got to say? You got a lot to say, little blackbird. Come here. He's taunting my dogs. This bird is like taunting my dogs. They are, Nikki. It's a scary obsession. And they're willing to use anybody. And they found another one. Now, again, I'm going to remind you, she's done horrible things to a lot of us. She's done a horrible shit to a lot of us. What she did to Katie the other night. Ooh, I promise you, I probably wouldn't have stayed quiet either. I can't tell you if my emotion and my friends, if something like that would have happened, I don't think my friends would have talked me off of that. I don't think they would have. They would have tried, but I don't think they could have, because I can't even imagine. Oh, look at Uni. I'm going to use Uni as an example. He came from that crew. He was willing to lie and continues to lie over a letter that he says was sent to his parents. He walked them into a lawsuit. These people lie to lie, and there's no consequences behind it. Yeah, KB, it's like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. 5 months of her going after. Yeah. Hope. It's the shit that I've been sent from what I assume. I can't prove 100% that certain things are from her, but I know other stuff is. And just the unreasonable hatred started from them getting slapped in the face with they couldn't prove that I was Katie, nor have I ever worked with Katie. Like, that's where that came from. And it is, I can't even imagine the fucking lengths that these people will go to. Becca, she's not going to like what's going to come, though, because she's walking herself into a really bad spot. The one thing that her buddy Molly always says, which is always the funniest thing to hear. Number one rule, don't lie to your subs. Coming from Molly, that's pretty entertaining because that's all she does. But you don't have to dox yourself. They're going to do it for you, unfortunately, because you just keep pushing. You just keep pushing and doubling and tripling down on your lies. And when your subs realize, if they don't, and if they're just going along with the whole thing, like those of them that don't actually know what's going on are going to be really pissed, and they're not going to stand by you in the end of this, knowing that you've lied to them and they've lied for you. A lot of them know you're lying and continue to push you there, but it is what it is. It's just craziness. Anyways, I had to get it off my chest because after watching that live last night, I was just mortified. I was like, what in the ever loving F is she doing? This takes 5 fucking minutes, and those idiots know that, and they're continuing to play these games. Like, yeah, stitching. She's just as bad. I don't know much about her, so I can't say much. I have refused to watch her. She's like fucking nails on a chalkboard to me. She is so ignorant and stupid and jealous of other women, and her hair extensions are terrible. Like, there are so many people that are uncomfortable in their own skin, and it makes me sad for them. So it is what it is. And the sad thing is I thought at one point in time she was the intelligent one out of the bunch. Man alive, did I have that pegged wrong. I thought maybe she would be the one with a little common sense, considering she's been in newspapers and so on and so forth, fighting a good fight, actually something in real life. But then you realize, oh no, for the last, 5 years, she's just been focused on her hatred of one fucking lady because some random weirdo that she associates with had his ego hurt. Oh, Miss Leah, you don't have to stay in a hole. This is a they'll go running wild and, oh my God, nonsense did this and nonsense did that. Nonsense. Nonsense also says this. And bitch, my channel name is Nonsense on the Web because all of this is bull fucking nonsense. It's actually a really good goddamn name. And again, I'm going to repeat, you don't have a sister named Becky, so that's weird as fuck. Stop the bullshit and the weird shit, okay? Stop. Just fucking stop. Because trust me, when they contact your family, you're not going to like the result of it. It sucks. It fucking sucks, and it will happen. You're in a bad spot, and I get it. No matter which way you turn, you're going to have to eat your lies. You walked there. You actively participated in telling these lies. Oh, Nikki, it got worse. Vada did a live the other night. She's taking it down, mocking and calling the abuser the victim. Did all sorts of stuff. Did great. Like the most degrading things I've ever seen. She wasn't even around for that. And then last night in her live, she says that she doesn't even have a problem with Katie. She just wants us all to stop. Yeah, of course you want it all to stop because you know you're about to be exposed on an all-time level that you can't handle. You're not going to be able to handle this. But please, if you care about your family, fucking wake up, because your family doesn't deserve the bullshit that's going to happen either because of your fucking lies and the insanity that you've put everybody into with your lies. They don't deserve it. That's why the one thing I've always said since day one, after they doxed me, I came out and showed you guys everything you wanted to know. I said, ask a fucking way. Ask away. Because you have two options. You either own it and be proud of who you are and what you stand for, or you be a chicken shit ass bitch and ducktail and continue to lie. I took one road, she took the other. Not saying which one's right, but I tell you what, I guess if you got a lot to hide in your past, I guess the only option is to continue to lie. When that's all you've ever done in your entire life is lie, I guess you don't know any different. Yeah, stitching, that's like another good point. There's actual attorneys, actual attorneys were brought into this bullshit in the past. Real people's lives were affected. Crazy, huh? Just fucking wild. And I know I'm one of the rare ones who will just, it is what it is. My life is an open book. I don't have shit to hide. But I will never actively continue to put my kids in the situation that these people attempt to do to children. And I don't think it's fair play. I don't think it's fair game to go back at their kids. I don't think that's cool. I would never do it. But I'm not built like them either, obviously. Oh, God, yeah. Yep, absolutely. Hope, and she needs to own her shit. That's the only way out of this, because there is no spinning these lies into truth. There's just nothing that they can do to spin this into truth. Her fucking face is plastered all over every goddamn app on here that's tagged with her. Anyways, there is nothing that they can do to spin this into the truth. They cannot make this true. And why do you think Katie's going so hard at her? Because she was the one to take up their mission, in my opinion. It's fucking terrible. It's terrible. And trust me, the lies that she has told, some of them are things that it's really hard for me to stay silent on. It is really hard personally for me to stay silent on and not out every fucking lie she's told. It is really a struggle. But the rational piece of me says I don't push unstable people. Basically, here's my analogy that I said today to somebody else. They're walking her to a cliff that they built. They're not holding her hand to walk her back off of that. They keep building the cliff higher and higher. And when they're done with her and she's disposable, there it goes. That's what they've done to every single one of these people. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Miss Leah, there's been so much done in the past, and that's why I've stayed away from that crew, want nothing to do with that crew, won't engage with that crew, but I couldn't stay silent anymore on this. These people are fucking insane. And they'll start calling again. They'll start doing, they can't call any more than they already have and do more stupid shit than they already have and had every door slapped in their face on as far as me. Why do you think they wanted to find out my location just recently? I mean, Vada's computer outed her, Miss Computer Hacker again. Like, they don't stop. She is an attorney, an ex-attorney. Was she a judge? I think she was a prosecuting attorney, correct? Yep. And you don't see anybody going after their families. That's the crazy thing to me. I'm not saying that it's never happened, but they're real life going pieces of shit, but they won't be there when, no, they're the ones building up the cliff to shove her off of because they have a hill that they want to die on. And it's take Katie down at all costs, no matter what the egregious lies are. You make the people in the anti-community who just report on the factual things that she does wrong look like fucking fools. This crew of antis make what Katie does okay to a lot of people because the extreme amounts of lies that they are willing to tell. Stick to the truth and the facts. That wouldn't be that hard, but they can't do that. They've got to go all these other extents, but they make the middle ground antis look like fucking fools, in my opinion. All right, y'all. That's all I got to say about this, but it's not going to end well. Feel how you want to feel about it, but this isn't going to end well, and I won't be a part of it. I'll watch from the bleachers like I have been. I'll get blamed for more shit like I always do. Don't care. These are my words. If you're going to use them, play them. Play them out right. Tell the truth for once. Ooh, Cash, they were great. They were a big hit. My father-in-law, like, ate the whole bag of popcorn. I took him after school. He was like, give me that popcorn. He told me, he goes, you could sell this stuff. And I'm like, no, no. The caramel was really good too. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. Anybody else want to add anything before we end to this? Again, I'm not asking you guys to show her grace because I will not. I won't. This is the most grace I have for her, and it's pleading with her to think of the reality of where this is going to head. Think of the people before you that they've used and see how that turned out. Think of your real life, your family, the people that matter to you. Is it worth it? Is it worth telling all these lies? Wouldn't it just be easier to be yourself and be truly accepted for who you are by somebody for once in your life? Wouldn't that be so much better? I know there's a lot of people that struggle with acceptance and wanting friends and community, but these people are not your friends. There are people out here that would actually care, be concerned about you. These people are not them. They have one mission, and it's take Katie down at all cost. And the cost right now is you and your family's well-being. And you might not think of that, but the rest of us who are rational do think of that. Yep, Becca, that's my motto too. What goes around comes around. And you know what? Like I said, the petty part of me over here is enjoying watching the shit show with my popcorn from the bleachers because I didn't have a part of it. I would never do that shit. But I tell you what, I have every right to defend the bullshit that you've lied on with me. I just know you can't handle it. So at some point in time, I realized that you're seen for what you are. You're a complete liar. You have no credibility. It is what it is. You can lie on me all day long. You're still never going to make it make sense because you're just lying. So it's kind of swallow my pride at some point. Oh yeah, Kathy P. That will be their continual story, even though that was never the case. I was actually reporting on it, but they've came up with all sorts of theories in their minds that will never make sense, and there's just no point in beating a dead horse. Like, this person was never a part of any of this story whatsoever, and for her to try to take on this, you see the rest of them won't really go down that road because they know there's no credibility behind anything that they say. Bye, Hope. Thank you for being in the comments today. I really appreciate you and all your input on this. All of you that have been around this community for a long time, the antis and stuff, I appreciate you guys chiming in on this because I think a lot of you know how dangerous this is. I think a lot of you are rational enough to know that this isn't a good one. This isn't going to be good. And it's not all of them. All of the antis are not like this. A lot of the antis that are against Katie are rational, factual, decent human beings. But then you've got these offshoots that are just not at all. Hit that like as though you're punching a vole. What the hell's a vole? Is it a rodent? Is that what it is? I think so. Arizona cigarettes constantly go out. I hate it. All right, y'all. Any questions before we leave? And again, please understand, I am just being transparent about my feelings. This is how I feel about it after watching all this shit and realizing how vile it is hard for me. And I've said this multiple times through this live. It is hard for me to take the higher road right now. It is real fucking hard for me to take the high road and try to be rational with an irrational person. It will just be a smack in the face again. And I'll be okay with that because at the end of the day, at least I took the high road and we all are aware what you're walking yourself right into. And at that point in time, it is what it is. What happens is what happens, right? They're cute? I doubt that. Voles are a-holes. See? Becca. Yeah, Kathy P, she did. She hit it. The one last night was as bad. In my opinion. Not as bad, but it was bad. Cash. Fucking cash. KB, thank you. All right, y'all. I gotta go function for the day. I got shit to do. Real life shit. Imagine that. If some of these people would actually touch grass someday, they might actually feel better. And at the end of the day, if we really truthfully want people to do better, be better, then we've got to set an example. And hanging out with creepy fucking 50-year-old men who continue to walk young girls into bad spots because they're unstable, and he preys on people like that, in my opinion, is definitely not going to ever turn out well. Hold on. You guys are going to fall. Hold on. Oh, you want to say hi? There's Dex. Of course, the monster. Absolutely. Curvy Barbie, thank you for saying that. I agree with you 100%. That's my opinion on the whole thing, too. And I think that's where I have a real hard time, because mental illness is something that I'm around every fucking day, all day long. It is not something that is good when you have kids that have had trauma and they grow up to be adults with that same trauma and they've never processed it and stuff. It's a bad situation. And I'm not saying that we all react to different things. We all connect to different things. We all have, I'm not making excuses for it, because it's still, at the end of the day, there's no excuse for the shit. I've been one of her main targets. Like, trust me. What's this? Yeah, I'm almost done. Hold on. I'm going to set you guys up here for a second. It's going to be a bad situation. There's no two ways around it. There's just nothing that you will get out of this that's going to turn out good. You cannot lie to these extremes. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Thank you. Yeah, that's my mess right there. My floors are still dirty. I gotta finish cleaning them today. And yes, the cats have their own treat cabinet. The cats and dogs have their own damn treat cabinet. There's their litter box, but they have that treat cabinet, and they go over and open the damn thing too. Kathy P. See, there's some things that they've been saying that I don't follow that stuff for a reason. I want nothing to do with any of them. Not any of them. I got to deal with their fucking irrational hate for almost a year now. Because they're a bunch of fucking idiots. Yeah, I have so much to say after this last year, and I'm trying to take the high road, y'all. I'm really trying to take the high road here. And it's real fucking hard for me because there's a part of me that just wants to blast every goddamn picture and lie. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it at the end of the day because somebody's instability will not be on my hands. Never. I will never take that on. Charlotte, I appreciate you so much for saying that because unfortunately they tried walking you too. And when you stood up for yourself, that didn't go well. And I'm really sorry for what you've been put through too. Like this shit just is not okay. It's not okay at all. Yep, Bama, 100%. And I got to keep reminding myself, like it's some things that, Kenzie May, watch your mouth. She's in her bedroom with her door open. She forgot I can hear you. She said the F word. Little shit. Oh, yeah, 100% it is curvy Barbie. 100%. It is what it is at the end of the day, right? All right, y'all. If you have any questions, let me know. I probably won't check my comments much today. I have a lot going on. So I will probably be live tomorrow on my main page with more Tim Ballard. We got to talk about that story here in Arizona too. That one makes me a little nervous though, y'all. I have to say, because that was like a hit. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, 22-year-old Mercedes Vega was murdered, brutally murdered in April. If you like to look up that stuff, please do. But we're going to talk about it because that situation is local to me and her murderers are still on the loose. And it was a brutal, like murder. And her parents are trying to still seek for answers. Like it's really sad. It is. She had bleach dumped down her throat. She danced at a club 2 nights a week. And, we don't work shame over here. So get your coin, girl. Like, she didn't deserve that. But what happened to her, she was set on fire alive and burned to death. Like, it's just probably one of the most gruesome things. And there's a possibility it's connected to other stuff. But it makes me a little nervous to cover it being local and knowing that they're still on the loose. Like there is a little, but her name deserves attention and her family deserves answers. It's fucking sad. She left her apartment that night to go into Dave and Buster's to hang out with some friends and never returned. They found her car in Tonopah, which is between Phoenix and LA. It's terrible, y'all. It's terrible. Yeah, I will, Nikki, but her face deserves attention for sure. Her family deserves their story to be told. You guys are still talking about shrews and moles. You guys are crazy. It's a terrible story. I encourage you to go look it up on Google and so you know what's going on. There's not a whole lot of information. I did reach out to somebody. I have been getting better about like reaching out to the police department and asking for information and getting FOIA docs. Her death certificate the autopsy is terrible too. Like it is really one of the saddest, and to see that nobody really covered it either. I was trying to think of what was happening in April when all this happened, why I didn't really get any coverage at all, but it's crazy. It's really sad. Absolutely. Wild Ride is true. Is that a song? Boston Lloyd? That's a great name too. You guys in your alts. Can you add me to here, I'll give it, if you just watch me for like one day, you'll have all the double chin and the worst angle photos you ever want. You can use them for your profile pics, boss chin, because this chin is doubling, tripling, quadrupling. Just give me the right angle. It's like, oh, and that's the other thing too. Honey child. This is the other thing. I've never been 200 pounds in my life. Honey, you're an adult now. Women and men fluctuate in weight with medication changes, different things in our lives. Own who you are. Be comfortable. You got Jesus Christ. Cash, I do. I actually shave it though. Ever since I had my hysterectomy, I have like 3 or 4. You probably did count 3 black hairs that pop up right there. And that's not even a lie. And I have one white one. It's like dental floss right here. Y'all know that if you're going to crack, you'll never get one up on me because I crack jokes on myself more than anybody else. I will never think that I'm perfect. I am gorgeous. I am stunning. Like, I'm not that girl. Bitch, I got chin hair and a freaking whisker, okay? And they're my friends. And Kyle gets in trouble when the whisker is glowing in the sunlight and I can like catch it in the mirror and I didn't realize it was poking out again and he doesn't tell me. He gets in so much trouble. He's like, I don't even notice it. And I'm like, you better start noticing that shit and telling me when it's there because you might not be embarrassed. He's like, I don't give 2 shits. And I'm like, I do. That's your job to find the hairs, okay? Let's be truthful here, women. You know what I'm talking about. We ain't got to act like we're all these like put together. I mean, come on now. We've earned these hairs. We've earned the stripes. We've earned our bloated days. God, I was bloated yesterday. I looked at that video and I'm like, oh, that's why. Who cares what you weighed? Nobody cares, honey. Honestly, you need to find the beauty within yourself and you need to be happy with who you are as a person. And until then, misery loves company and you found them, unfortunately. Okay, with that, I'm going to head out for the day. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Save it. For those of you that are pissed about my life, save it. I don't want to hear it. This is Becky's one and done. This is Becky trying to be rational at the same time, not petty. This is the best I can do in this situation because the other option is exposing all the bullshit. And I'm not doing that because I will not actively help them build their cliff to shove her off. Marcy. Okay, we need a fupa can. No, ma'am, I'm 142 pounds. Okay, let's be truthful. You guys all know that. I'm 142 pounds and most of it is right there. Okay. Okay, well, that was sticking it out, but still. Fupa cam, ladies, embrace the fupas. All right. Embrace them. You're all beautiful, no matter what size you are. The size 5 thing cracks me up so much. Oh, Becca. Helen, you're a size 5 too. Hey, guess what? There's Kiki's ass for the day. Yay. Yep. Mine's all good. All of it. And I earned every bit of it, okay? Every fucking bit of it in my flabby arms that wave to you when I'm moving my arm like they're waving goodbye. When I don't want it to do it, it does it. But when I want, oh, there you go. See the bat wing? We all have those too. Come on, ladies. And this is going to be embarrassing for them to play because they will never crack more jokes on me than I crack on myself. Come on now. Nikki, my mom's called them bat wings my entire life. And she would always say, oh, Steph, you're too sweet. But she would always be like, look at this. This is just, I grew up in a family that is very reasonable, like very rational. My mom's got a boob job, but otherwise my mom, for 70 years old, my mom is hot. My mom is gorgeous. She is all natural. And besides her boobies, and she is stunning at her age. Like I got good genetics when it comes to that, but she is the most self-deprecating person. Like she cracks jokes. And I just grew up in that environment because my mom has never thought she was better than anybody else. I should bring out her pictures from the 70s. You guys was shit. She was stunning. And then we are as imperfect LOL bingo wings of the Okay, y'all are gonna keep me on here talking about bat wings now. Bingo wings. We all need help, all right? Vada, join the club of people who we're in touch with our instability. You can be in touch with it too. It'll be okay. Oh, Cash, I got them all. All the above. All. Do your boobs hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Like, I mean, I can. Truthfully, I can't, but. Yeah, what is with the bingo wings? Okay, before I leave, I gotta know. See, you guys always come in and make a bad situation so much better by the jokes and the this is how you this is it's so much better to have a community of people who are just realistic. Oh, there's Kenzie yelling in her game. Okay, buddy. One more. Go on with your bad self. He's such an ass. All right. I'm out for the day. Hope you guys all have a wonderful fucking day. Hope y'all don't have candy hangovers. Oh, see, I just wear I don't like bras. Revival, if you hear this later, please don't slap me, but I can't stand them. I actually need probably one of these days to get just a boob job because I can't stand wearing them. So I don't wear true bras ever. Men, plug your ears. I wear like the flimsy, no padding that gives you no support, no nothing, obviously. Obviously, from what you guys see all the time. But I it's claustrophobic. Let the girls hang. Can we not? But I guess when the gravity with age, they just kind of like point to your toes. So I hate them. I hate them so bad. I know. See, I'm not alone. I do too, KB, but they all need cleaned. There's so much window. They all need cleaned. And out here, those are like, I don't know. These ceilings are over 20 feet. It's stupid ridiculous. So those are way up there. So. Oh, sports were on Temu? Were they good? Ooh, I might have to try that. See? Hey, let's be honest. There you go, Becca. Yeah, KB, it's a lot. It's a lot. Padded. There's no shame with padding. We have no. We don't booby shame. All boobies. Really, come on, ladies. They're all just fat. I mean, they're just fat cells. And nipples are ugly as sin. I don't care if you have pretty nipples or not. They're all ugly. Let's be truthful here. I don't know why they're a big deal at all. Okay, I'm out before I get myself in trouble. Okay, bye, y'all.